单鱼片，单鱼片。Left in 1970. All the while, primary school, all the way.
Hey, you from Kadang One? From Kadang One? Kadang One. Oh, not bad. I'm only from primary 3.
So we call ourselves that. Cikgu Razak. Cikgu Razak, how are you?
You wouldn't remember us like this?
Messenger.
Bukan, Pak Kompong Sang Sang.
他根本就不能塞过，你说，你说我刚才已经说，哎呀，这都没有说，但他们是老板，你弄手的，有的 ，OK。
Oh, that's morning. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Done. Thank you. Is this okay?
你们拜吧。
Yes, for you.
Iya, buah lah. Oh, you. Eh, where's Daniel ah?
Not here.
Sedih.
Mr. Chu, can I send you in? Chu,就是Chu。
Five ah, okay. Five ah, 5. Okay, 5.
Just meeting each other. We were very, we all drunk. Oh yeah, the launch.
Are you involved in the
Golf club.
After cocktail, so I managed to see some of them.
And then I never read everything.
So your fully retired now? The wife also might do. So came with the wife and Xiang also. Subsidiary
Video man.
What did you get?
Consoles. All the Christian. So after the photo taking, we all were not doing anything. Something else, the Christians are going to gather together to share testimony, praise together, fellowship. Waiting for the meeting.
Mama went to RMC.
Oh, you happy lah. How are you, man?
I couldn't pick up the him just now.
You recognize yourself?
Imran never changed.
Let's play here.
Who was it?
He's coming now.
No, I cannot reach you. I don't know where he is.
Raja Asnil.
He's alive. He's somewhere in.
He's alive.
We were talking about it 20 over years. That he has passed away.
That's right. I heard he's passed away.
So that's why we were wondering.
When I saw him, I said, "Are you Raja?" He said, "Yes." I said, "You know."
50% on the check.
I think what that I didn't recognize him.
I had a bit of fat.
Science teacher physics. The boys used to call him Space Ghost. In up, so you have to catch up. What's your naughty? Remember the nickname? Because they call for the teachers really find something.
But we never scratch. Anybody scratch your car?
I know. So the younger ones know what
Hey.
Kita mau.
They're calling us baby, you know.
I can remember Mr. Song. I can recognize
Normally you remember the middle one you cannot remember.
my dedicated
Chicken pasta.
Yes, I can remember. Sorry, I cannot remember your name.
Mr. Siu.
Milo, Mr. Song, yes, I'm supposed to have
我叫李樹學。係啊。
Okay, how are you, Mr. Ang? I'm using, yeah, this is Ang from Yeah, this time.
Tê Chí Minh à?
走去一笪地方啊，演嘢喎，坐摩連，加你乸龜係咪？睇到啦，少都就係呢啲喎，你黑鬼講我喂，就要我哋所有人俾得啫，所以我喐去長咗，然後係咩喐？Come my car and have a nice day。
Uncle Dog style. That's fun. Sample something.
What sample? Uncle Dog is not legit. Just decide.
Teacher.
Compared to me, I don't compare.
Have a 9.
Ngay bộ đồ.
How much? Alright, see you later. Yes. Yes. Can I have one? Can I have one?
How many? Only one song?
One song. I'm going to ask everybody to sing.
Tôi có thể distribute
Yeah.
ra. I can remember you. I can remember your name. You forget my name.
My name is the longest.
This guy didn't change This guy I never miss him. After school to now, always together. I'll see him.
I definitely.
Đâu bị lên đi. Đâu bị chết lại. Thế mà nó sẽ như vậy.
冇轉佬啊！冇轉佬，你都係嘛？我條路啊！阿先嗰度，阿先嗰度，我就唔得。
Attention please. Now, like I said, our very good memory when we go back in later years. So in order that we can have those photographs taken, I need full cooperation from all of you. The teachers are going to have a photo with us now.
Count to 3, yeah? I'm gonna take 3 photos. 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Okay, next. 1, 2, 3. One more.
Indians, this is only for the batch of 1970. So that they can move forward and get the photos taken. Please make way for the lady. Can you arrange?
Yeah, arranging. Okay, one more.
Come on, smile.
1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3.
I touch my face, a lot of Indian lady đó, a lot of them trên khoảng 100.
autographs, photographs, etc., etc. In order to make it happen, we Gentlemen, ladies, while we are waiting, I just let you know what type of photos we are aiming for. Some of you are from the Sungaway, the famous Sungaway group. Some of you come from Old Town, the Old Town group. Some of you come from section. The name is Paul. Please come forward as quick as you can. And then later, we have prefects, librarians. Okay?
1, 2, 3. Okay, please look here. Count to 3. 1, 2, 3. Yep, good. 1, 2, 3. One more. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Those from USA.
1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. So serious. Okay, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Very good.
Okay, can I have the members?
No, bukan lah.
Okay, can you guys move slightly to the other side? Okay, yeah, more. Okay, come in. Okay, can. Okay. Hold it. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, one more shot.
Okay.
Actually,
This shot of physics singing very good.
are they in the way? Is this in the way?
Okay. Okay, get ready. Good. 7 more. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Lô Kim Kiêu, Mông Cao Huy.
Alex Chu.
Okay. Okay, get ready.
Ready?
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3.
Very good.
Alright, now we got 2 more groups. One, Mr. Sam, where are you? My apologies to the Form 5A, I forgot to call the teachers. Can we have Juliani up, please? Where's Juliani? Juliani, where's Juliani? Dr. Juliani? Dr. Juliani? No. Definition, primary and secondary school.
All there? Okay, everybody.
Long and short. All those who participated long. Ho Chai, where's Ho Chai?
Oh, you came later.
Prefects, you are next. Prefects, you are next. Come on, where are all the prefects? School prefects, where are you? Where art thou? Medians, may I have your attention please?
I thought he died. No, actually, I thought he died. When I met him, I said, "Are you Raja?" I said, "Yes." No, I told him, I said, "Do you know that all of us thought you were dead?" Oh, you? Seriously? Because he went to US.
Plus, I have to give him some like memory where not you look.
So how's that? Right here. Okay.
tay à?
First wave got money. Right. See, how much? Up to another 20 meters like that. Music level with drummer. Light in the chair.
From now on until we bid farewell at the end of the evening. It is indeed a very pleasant task. I have just left 32 years of research and has gone into lecturing. And certainly to stand before my ex-teachers, my fellow classmates, is something that is, to this occasion I was reading soft copies of the articles that were to appear in the magazine, and it really brought tears into my eyes. And just to see how some of us have really gone through such a long journey. 40 years is indeed a very long journey. We have been through ups and downs, but anyway, we have all made it, I'm sure. We are all here together. But this is the first time that I witnessed such a big gathering, where I literally just know a small fraction of the crowd. Just imagine. And I had to keep on looking backwards and try to recollect. And of course, some names appear, some faces begin to show up before me. And I think that appears on the experience.
Well, you can guess that much to talk, because we have not been speaking to some of us amongst ourselves for more than 20 years. I met many of you last evening, but I'm meeting many of you this evening as well. So let me start off. Can you all hear me from behind? Alright, thank you. Please bear with me if I take a little too long. It is a humbling experience for me to be standing here tonight, that I have been asked to make this commencement keynote presentation is itself an honor and privilege. I speak not only for myself, but as the voice of all my friends and colleagues of the batch of 1970. How fast time has flown. It is not my intention to slight anyone's loss tonight. If I speak to, for those of us and to those teachers who have taken their lone journey to the sunset, who have come to the end of their road, that journey we too must one day take alone. We remember the friendship we once shared with them, the respect for, and the lessons our departed teachers taught us. We miss them. Though for them the flowers will never bloom again, they are in our hearts, they are in our minds. Though there are no heads bowed for them tonight, we nevertheless tell them we are all gathered here for a grand reunion after having left school some 40 years ago, because we know they want us to have this reunion. In our daily discourse, we still refer to them by their familiar names. Why should they be out of our minds just because they are out of sight? They are here though we do not see. We will always smile when we think of them. They continue to remain dear to us. Please accept my very warm greetings. In particular, it is particularly rewarding for me and the members of my organizing committee to welcome our teachers, our old buddy classmates and schoolmates, spouses, guests, invitees, and friends who are here to celebrate with us this nostalgic and joyous occasion of our reunion gathering and dinner. We would like to extend our gratitude and say thank you to everyone. I am aware amongst us, I'm aware many amongst us have come from faraway places of Malaysia and from abroad. Indeed, from as far away as Canada, United States of America, Australia, New Zealand, United Kingdom, Indonesia, and of course our neighboring country, Singapore. Your presence when I write in this gathering, I can see that it pleases me to see so many of you here. Especially, we would like to say how pleased and privileged we are that our teachers, Mrs. and Mrs. Tu Seng Yen, Mr. and Mrs. Tan Ton Holt, Mr. Mike Ng Siang, have, despite the distance, come back from overseas to be with us. Likewise, our friends, Bobby Wong, Dr. Chu Yaming, Wong Chun Sing, Philip Ting Yi Hing, Tony Lim, Quy Hing, Derek Tampaya, Richard Yap, C. Siva, and our entertainer tonight, Imran, are here with us. We are honored too to have Mrs. Kwang Mei and Ms. Ma Pin Singh, the current serving headmistress and her assistant here with us tonight. We are also honored to have Mr. and Mrs. Ang Tri Pek, particularly Mr. Ang Tri Pek, the headmaster of Bukit Bintang Boys Primary School 2 of our time in school, in a primary school. Miss Brenda Bola, who is representing her late father, Mr. Bola, who in 1970 was our headmaster, is also here with us, so that we can say to him vicariously, to her, our thank you for the dedicated service and guidance. Your spirit is awesome. It makes me and my friends in the organizing committee feel uniquely privileged and honored. I see in the faces of our teachers that epitome of warmth. Friends who were once classmates or schoolmates, and teachers who once upon a time taught us, but who are now friends. You are one and all the cornerstones of our lives. Tonight is not only one of celebrations. It is for the first time that we have gathered for a joyous reunion occasion on a scale as grand as this, 40 years plus since we left school. We have not met on such a grand scale previously because of many circumstances. I'm glad the fervent wish that has always been in us to meet up has materialized tonight. The essence of tonight is remembering and reconnecting. It is also to reunite with our former teachers, classmates and friends, and to learn what life has been like to them, how they have lived their lives so far. It is the occasion to bridge the gap, revive old memories and recollections of pleasant friendships formed when we were little schoolboys, and focus on what can assist us in staying together tonight onwards. To be connected always, and not to be separated by the miles of distance. Friendship, they say, is like wine. It gets better as it gets older. Therefore, never abandon your friends, for you may not find others to take their place. I am sure there is a special feeling between our hearts as friends. Our relationship is not one of acquaintances, for that may pass. Ours is a friendship that will endure. Amongst some, our friendship spans 40 or 50 years, or even 50 years. It is the first time in the last 40 years that some of us are meeting up and speaking to each other. I urge upon you to seize the occasion to reflect, renew our friendship with each other and with our teachers, and get reconnected in the true spirit of faithfulness in friendship, or put it another way, in the true spirit of promoting unity and friendship. This theme is most apt and is littered about the writings in the Souvenir magazine before you. By that, as I've said in my welcome speech last night, it means we must continue to keep burning and alive our desire and our determination to nurture and keep our friendship, not only amongst us, but as well with our teachers, by remaining united and committed in pursuing every opportunity to be connected and to keep the spirit of friendship that we shared when in school as pupils and between pupils and teachers. As we travel back in time in our mind's journey, memories are recalled, and I trust you will enjoy and treasure them all. Tonight, I would like to talk a little about several, and a little more about one thing. And then one thing being the tribute which we, with sincerity, would like to pay to our teacher. In my welcome speech, I alluded to the opportunity that these evenings get-together and gala dinner will provide for us an opportunity to reminisce and reconnect, and to belatedly pay tribute and to express our earnestness, both our spoken and unspoken gratitude to our beloved teachers, so that they can be reminded of the nobility of the chosen teaching profession and the care and the education they gave us. We, the class of 1970, were ethnically diverse, pre-independence kids, the majority of whom were born in 1953. To parents who have been struggling for life and fortune for some years, we were born to families where values were a simple fact of daily life. Some of us are children of immigrants, others are grandparents who were a part of the great immigration exodus of the 1940s and before. Against a difficult setting as this is, we developed a strong work ethic and outlook in life. That attitude was nurtured and further encouraged by our teachers. That is a legacy from our parents who provided the manpower and the catalyst for the growth and prosperity of our country, and the values of the teachings and advice that our teachers have given us. We ordinarily use ink pens instead of the much more convenient ballpoint. We had radios and knew nothing about cyberspace. There was typing, no keyboarding. We watched Saturday movies and not the cartoons on the television. We rode bicycles, or we walked. We caught spiders and pitched them to endless fights. We kicked the empty bottle or the empty can or any object that caught our fancy in the streets until the street lights came on, and then dashed them before our parents began to worry. We enjoyed the fun walking through the forest or weaving in and out rows of neatly planted rubber trees on our bicycles. Fishing in the mining pools were the days. On a lucky day, there would be enough for our meals. The extra ones, we made stockfish out of them. We remember when around the corner seemed so far away, and taking the bus downtown once in a while seemed like really going places. We remember our parents sending us to the assembly shop with a few dollars, and we would come back with a fair quantity of purchases. That you cannot do nowadays because there are too many security cameras around. We were all a bit casual about our future, and our days were mostly carefree. We rebelled angrily in the way young boys in general did. We thought that responsibility and hard work were the old-fashioned conventions that did not apply to us. The writings in this souvenir are replete with such rich incidences of our lives then. Those were the days. Despite the odds, our teachers have made us what we are today. When we left school in 1970, we knew we would never again be together as the same group of school or classmates. As we took our first tentative steps to adulthood, we went in many separate ways. We looked ahead to making it. We took on jobs, went to college or universities, or in the case of some, took the chance and ventured into business early. We became skilled tradesmen, teachers, professors, business and factory owners, bankers, artists, doctors and lawyers. Looking at and observing my many friends here tonight, I cannot help but say that life is a strange thing with many twists and turns. I realize what a diverse and interesting group of boys we were together 40 years ago, and the many paths each has chosen. Some of you have been phenomenally successful in terms of what you have achieved career-wise, financially, socially, or in giving back to humanity, as in the case of Professor Gan Sing Chu, Dr. Dambiraj, and Dr. Chu Hia Ming. We together celebrate your success. For most of us, just raising a family and bringing good, decent people into this world, being a provider, or contributing in many other ways to our immediate community are worthy achievements in and of themselves. Wherever we are now, our teachers have contributed in no small way to the same. You may well ask me, what is the relationship that has come about between us as students and our teachers? Well, the teaching and learning is all about the human connection that is made. The tests, the marks, the essays, the subject, the building in which the school happens, and the equipment schools use are all secondary. What comes first and what sustains good learning is that relationship. It is this lasting bond of closeness and friendship created that is to be valued. I'm glad that bond of closeness and friendship fills the air about this room tonight. Each teacher has his or her own idiosyncrasies by which we remember them. But it would take too long if I were to allude to them. Some provided us with endless love. Some instilled in us some degree of fear or confidence, whilst others provided us with the inspiration to write and comfortably speak in public. Each has contributed to our character in diverse ways. It was Henry Brooks Adams who said, "A teacher affects eternity. He can never tell where his influence ends." All of us have memories of certain teachers who made a difference to us, or made a difference in us. Some were in primary school, some in the lower, whilst others were in the upper secondary school. They differ in 1,000 ways, but they have this in common. They cared about us. They made a difference in our lives. And we are better people because we had the privilege of being taught by them. It is difficult within this short time to provide a essay on each of the lifelong story of dedication, continuous care, and attention towards our educational needs. To pay tribute means to praise or to extol. And I hope by what I say tonight, there will be created and encouraged in you, my friends, a deep sense of admiration and respect for our teachers. What words of appreciation or tribute can we conjure up to say thank you to our teachers? They taught us well. They may be likened to candles. They consume themselves to light the way for us. Tonight, though for the years late, we take this opportunity to remind them of the ability they did and to say most sincerely how thankful and grateful we are for the privilege of having been your students. The dedication you have shown touches in countless ways. These accolades we say of you are true and felt from within our hearts. You did not let those who disparage teachers and teaching distract you from your noble work. You did not let those who look down on teachers steal your respect and regards for yourselves. You had the capacity to inspire generations of students who taught and who had achieved greatness after us. And in that, you yourselves are great. From your dedication and efforts, our careers and standing in life have sprung. How can we begin to thank our teachers whom we have had the privilege of learning from? There are many teachers here tonight. We guess we will never be done remembering all of them, but realizing who we are today is itself testimony of our gratitude. We live our lives the way we do today is because we have given your time, energy, and know-how to help us learn. You were not only our teachers, you were our guiding hand in each and every sphere of our student lives by giving the knowledge, encouragement, and right advice. You are our future makers. You molded and equipped our minds with the skill to discover knowledge of their own. You nurtured our self-esteem, love for learning, and our dream to pursue our future. Tonight, we acknowledge those contributions of yours wholeheartedly and with gratitude. You may not be immortalized in statues or books. Your teachings may not have evolved into a printed set of ethical guides or values. Ordinary as you are immortalized in our hearts and minds as the students in whom you have left an extraordinary, indelible, and lasting imprint. The lessons you taught us and the positive influence you have exerted on our lives is to us immortal. They will affect our children, our grandchildren, and the people of the future generations we will never see or know. The advice and well wishes you gave still resonate in us. You could easily have switched to a career that was more high-paying and less stressful. But instead you chose to remain long enough to teach us, and that made the difference to our future. You cared deeply, and you put your heart and soul into teaching us. We now realize you work within tremendous constraints. You wanted us to excel, and yet were given limited time and resources to accomplish that. We, your students, and whom you have led, our lives that you had touched, and the foundations you had set for us were stable. And we certainly will treasure and remember your positive influences in our lives, in our living years. Indeed, it is an unnecessary truism to say that without teachers, none of us would be where we are today. You are indeed fine examples of diligence and perseverance. We pay our tribute to you, to the hardships you have endured, and the ideals that drove you into becoming and remaining a teacher to guide us, at least until we completed our secondary school. we have a small symbol of our appreciation to present to each of our teachers before the night's program draws to a close. My tenure as chairman of this organizing committee comes to an end with this gathering tonight. It has been an honor and privilege to lead. I'm honored that my committee members have reposed their trust and confidence in me. It has been an honor and a pleasure to have served. I've enjoyed the ride, though not always fair weather and plain sailing along the way. But nevertheless, we have steered the ship into port. Many hours of planning and preparation have been expended into the organization of this event. I value the support of my committee members, both past and present, who have served with me, and as well the words of encouragement and positive suggestions from you, my friends and teachers. It would be remiss of me not to mention who they are, and I now do so. They're Bobby Wong Wai Wang, Kok Yun, Siu San, Philip Ting, Philip Kong, Stanley, Bernard Su, Mike Su, Alex Chu, Tak Yao, Sing Chu, Yu Sing, Hai Hok, Ho Hok, and Hok Kun. I hope I've not left anyone out. Particularly, I would like to record my thanks, appreciation, and gratitude to Wai Wang, who most would have now realized let me say this again. Particularly, I would like to record my thanks, appreciation, and gratitude to Wai Wang, who most would have realized is the workhorse responsible for the success of this gathering. I envy his tenacity, resourcefulness, and great capacity for work night and day. His dedication to the cause and his skill in micromanaging the organizational aspects of this very successful reunion is second to none. I would also like to record my thanks to Kok Yun, our honorary secretary. I've never seen that fellow. I have never seen a fellow as hardworking as he is. I would also like to thank Susan, our treasurer, Boom. Woon Sing and Stan collectively were responsible for the beautiful and informative souvenir magazine now before you. Some of the digitized photographs and images you see in the souvenir magazine, particularly that photograph of our school, have the finishing touches of T.L. Chua, the only photographer and the only one well-versed in the art of digital photography. I value his contribution just as much as I'm thankful for the contributions of Harry O and Ko Yong, who have contributed into the process one way or the other at some stage. I would also like to put on record my thanks and sincere gratitude to our patrons, Wai Wang, Dr. Abdul Aziz, Professor Gan, Philip Ting, Lo Kim Pyong, Chan Paki, Ronnie Chan, and Liao Kok Wai, and Liao Kok Wai. Liao Kok Yun, no Liao Kok Wai. Liao Kok Yun. Many more others have helped us generously, financially, and morally, without which the success of tonight's gathering would not have been possible. Many of you have been communicating with us constantly with constructive advice and suggestions. Brief though the night, it is difficult not to imbibe an essence some sort of energy or force. The feeling of the interaction and reconnection between then and now is intense for me, just as it must be for you. And I ask, how do we say goodbye to the present? Or is it just another stop in the road of continuity, with little doubt that we will soon gather again for another reunion dinner, this time under the chairmanship of Chan Pak Ki. We are all honored with gifts and a souvenir magazine, but beyond the gifts and the magazines, we are honored by the presence of connection, sharing and togetherness, by an intensity of spirit, by a commonality so much greater, so much intense than any differences. My friends, you and I are these 57 years old. Yes, the vicissitudes of life have left a mark, like the promontories of a sandstone coastline. We were once little friends running about and fighting in school. We had been weathered for a similar duration of time, by similar elements. We all known wins and losses, praises and blames, respect and slander, times of happiness, and times of pain, sickness, and sorrow. Whatever they may be, it is my hope that we, as well as our teachers, will remain connected in our living years. The more we learn of the careers, post-careers, home lives of one another, the more wondrous our diversity and closeness will become. The more improbable and meaningful our association and friendship. Even tragedies may be shared. It may lighten the pain. But if you think such memories are too precious, too poignant, and too painful to share, then let them be like the widowed bride's wedding dress, carefully wrapped and stored away. Soon this reunion dinner gathering will come to a close, like the final curtain of the final act. Closing down this reunion weekend is going to be a bit sad. Nevertheless, this has been one weekend to remember. We have to take leave anyhow, but I hope, with the unanimous and fervent wish, that we will have another reunion sometime soon. My friends, my teachers, until we meet again, I thank you all, and your spouses too, for their stories and empathy, and above all, I wish you well and happy. Thank you for listening so patiently. Thank you.
kan sini macam ni.
Betul lah. No, it's like L'Oreal. Very good English teacher.
He organized the induction there, and he is a very good English teacher. Then after he left England, once he started organizing.
Very honored to be given a special invitation to attend your gala dinner, and indeed it is a great honor. Thank you very much, and I'm very touched by all that has been said by the chairman of the organizing committee, and also by what's the name? I think the organizer, I think it has been very touching, especially we teachers who have been serving for so many years in the school. Sometimes we felt, don't know whether it's worth it or not, slogging day after day, week after week, year after year. And we wonder whether the students will ever remember us or not. But tonight, I see a batch of not young men, but elderly men. Because we always address our students as young boys, young men, going to see the world. But now I'm seeing a batch of students who have seen the world and coming back. Thank you for coming back. And thank you for giving us a sense of fulfillment as teachers. And it is really very touching to see that our BBBS have come back to honor their teachers. So, what we have been saying about BBBS is true, isn't it, Ms. Ma'am? That BBBS, no matter where they fly, they always come back to their home. Thank you. So, I have been telling our boys, about this batch, of class of 17. I've been telling them that you don't fight with one another now, every now and then, they tickle one another, after that they push, and then the next thing is they'll fight. I said, why are you fighting with one another? 40 years down the road, like the way you all are doing, you will treasure one another. Each one of you will be like gems, which you cannot find elsewhere. Because you have grown together, you have fought together, and you have gone through thick and thin together. And this is where the comradeship, the bond, that you have built up over the years that cannot be found elsewhere. No matter how far you have gone, you will still come back and find one another. And this really makes me feel proud that I am indeed the principal of a great school. Thank you very much. My mother should have been here. I'm actually here by default. She sends her greetings. She's not well, but she would have loved to have been here. The organizing committee asked me to say a few words. Here I am. There was something when I was growing up, I heard my boy's this, my boy's that, my boys want this, my boys for that. And I was like, okay, I get it, Dad, enough already. He was so enthusiastic. My dad was so enthusiastic about his boys. And he always was trying to get me to come to the school and see my boys' art exhibitions, come and see their science fairs, come and see their fun fairs, and even particularly disastrous things like a production of Macbeth that I remember. He was very forgiving about that, and when I was not very kind about my comments about it, he said, Brenda, you're so mean. Just because you're at BBBS and you have a drama society and everything there, don't look down on my boys, alright? Give them credit for at least trying to do Shakespeare. The thing with Dad is that he was, I think, so personally responsible. He felt so personally responsible for every one of his boys and his girls later. He agonized over some of you. He was very proud of most of you. And I know he prayed over all of you. You were very much in his heart because in our family worship he would pray for all his boys and girls. So I think if you were here today, he would be incredibly happy. And I think his heart would have overflowed because look at you. Look at the people you've become. And most important, look at the values you uphold. So thank you very much for this honor.
For generously providing us with 5 crates of wine to celebrate our reunion.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, schoolmates, teachers, the better half of our classmates, and the honored guests who came today to this gathering. First of all, I'd like to extend my sincere thanks to the Reunion Committee, in particular the Chairman Sai Fong and Wai Wa and other committee members for inviting me to this particular event. It is a momentous occasion. I have never been or heard of an event of such magnitude which also includes teachers. When it was first raised, this invitation to me, I was a bit reluctant to come as I was only here 3 months prior. My plans did not include a trip back to KL at all this year. Nevertheless, I was invited to turn up, and I'm jolly pleased that I did, because I think it is such an honor to meet so many of my fellow colleagues and school friends after all these years. Never had thought when I left these shores 37 years ago that I would actually be here 40 years later
dredging my memories for the names of my fellow colleagues and friends, and also to see so many teachers that have molded me over those formative years. I would also like to maybe take this opportunity to say that it hasn't been for the advent of the new communication would we have actually summoned so many people together for this particular occasion. So I'd just like to make a small tribute, apart from the usual tributes that have been paid to all the organizing committees and YY and COPU and so forth, to possibly two people that make a difference. One is Alexander Graham Bell, and I think most of you know what he invented. And the other one is to Tim Berners-Lee, that 20 years ago, had he not founded the World Wide Web, I think it would make this gathering much, much harder. So, thanks to modern communication, we are able to, at a flick of a button, talk to people around the world at very short notice, and to bring so many people together at this meeting. I hope that after 40 years, and having been able to catch up and re-establish our acquaintances, we can still maintain the links, this renewed friendship, through the medium of emails, Facebook, and telephone naturally, whilst we are in the far-flung corners of the world. So to say finally, I would like to pay a tribute to our teachers who kindly came here, and that was the other motivation for me to come, because I felt that if the teachers are making an effort to turn up to this event, the least I could do was to show up. So thank you. And lastly, I hope you enjoy yourself tonight. It has been a privilege to come here to say a few words. Thanks to the great work this organizing committee have done over the last few months, and the unsung heroes behind the scenes who work tirelessly, either chauffeuring, the logistics, and also the little bit of organization that we don't see, we took for granted how well run this particular event has taken place over the last 2 days. So a big thank you to everyone concerned. Thank you.
Sitcom, Are You Being Served, where the founder of the department store says, "You've all done a splendid job. Thank you very much."
It's great to receive an award for the knowledge of being the top student for the HSC exam in 1972. But the best thing actually is this grand union that we brought us all together. And I'm glad to meet up with all of you again and hope we can establish our contacts again. Thanks.
We have come to one of the most important part of the program tonight. I think this is what we have been waiting for 40 years, and that is we never have an opportunity
opportunity to show our appreciation to our teachers. And it is a great privilege after 40 years that we managed to get all our teachers back from far and wide and those who are residing locally. We have never had a chance to say our words of thanks. I think this is one symbolic area that we can do so at this important reunion. But before I call upon the teachers, I'd like to have one of them to speak on their behalf what they think of this reunion, what it meant to them. I'd like to call upon Mr. Tan Kwan Ho.
My wife and I almost didn't make it. But we are here, and you know, of course, who made it possible. He was like a sniffer dog. He sniffed us out even though we were in the Australian bush. What a guy. And what guys all of you here are. On behalf of us teachers here, those of us who have been BBBS, obviously it is a privilege and a pleasure to be able to say a few words of thanks to all you guys for making this such a great event and to invite us to celebrate with you so intimately something which actually rightly belongs to you. Thank you. And you know what Wong Sai Fong said about putting us on such a high pedestal. We love to remain on the pedestal. But in all honesty, we know that even though we've tried our best to do what we thought was right for you, we cannot take full credit for it. We know that the most we did maybe was to make it possible for you to shine, to develop your own talents. These were things we could never ever have put into you. You did your part. But what would be more touching than to be so warmly remembered by all of you, to ask us to participate in this occasion. What could be more rewarding than for you to personally thank us and even publicly thank us for what you consider was our contribution to your own growth, your own success. I've got something stuck in my mouth. Yeah. Now, I just can't believe that teachers could be honored in such a way. Never in my 79 years of life have I heard of anything anywhere equal to it. You are just great. And naturally, you know, of course, we thank all of you, but you will agree that your organizing committee, headed by Wong Sai Fong, by Waiwa and the rest of this remarkable team, have done something which, it has already been quoted before, has made this the mother of all school reunions. I'm sorry I have to borrow that phrase from somebody. But it's true. It is true. Your vision, your sense of mission, your passion, your organizational expertise. You have converted a dream you had many months ago, I gather, perhaps even more than many months, You have converted your dream into something so tangible, something so solid, something so beautiful. How else but to thank you for making us part of your family. And as we leave, sadly we have to, we will carry with us these wonderful feelings. The feeling that we are no longer just mere students or mere teachers, we are now forever friends. Thank you very much.
May I call upon Mrs. Tan Hong as well? Mr. May I call upon Mr. David Rajaram? Next, Miss Margaret Go China. Next, may I call upon Miss Yu.
Miss Yu is also from BBBS, our Standard 5 teacher.
We call upon Mrs. Next, Mrs. Terry Yu.
Our Thomas teacher.
Next, Mrs. Oh Yu Cheong.
Introduce. She taught just about every subject in Form 1.
I call upon Mrs. Tu Kutsai. Next, Mrs. Kwan Ai Sui.
Mrs. Hua needs no introduction. She is our ex-Miss Zeng Ai Sui, who taught us geography.
Yang berikutnya, Encik Abdul Razak bin Muhammad Yusuf.
This is our beloved Abdul Razak.
Mr. Lee Leong.
Take your time, no hurry. Any one of you know who Mr. Yi is? He is our famous mathematics teacher, well known for his punishment. It's a great pleasure that despite his age, he still come and grace us on this very auspicious occasion. In case you don't know, Mr. Lee is the father of our classmate Lee Yu Sing.
I call upon Mr. Tu Seng Yang.
I traveled all the way from Canada. You asked me to write something. I said no. But today he told me finally he wanted to do it, and that is we want to talk about faithfulness and friendship. Is that correct? Okay. Mr. Joe is a very special person for me. I will be not what I am today if not for his coaching as a cross-country runner. That makes me a very stubborn person, and one of which is to organize this reunion itself. Thank you.
Next, Mr. Michael.
Good evening, former colleagues, former elderly students, patrons, honored guests, and friends. Before I go any further, I would like to thank Waiwa who made it possible for my wife and me to be part of this reunion and to be here tonight. When Waiwa told me that I could not refuse the invitation to this reunion, I was too happy to accept. Who wouldn't accept a free trip? But then he told me later that I had to give a speech. I was honored, but a little concerned, because I had not spoken before an audience. especially an august audience such as this, for more than 35 years. You may not notice it, but I'm shaking in my pants. Anyway, I thought to myself that this was once in a lifetime opportunity to speak before such a gathering. And at my age, might be my last chance to speak before an audience. I therefore, don't be too happy now, I therefore decided a long speech was called for. Fortunately for you, my wife wisely advised against a long speech. She said it would bore my listeners and cause indigestion. Now this wouldn't do after such a fine dinner. Then I recalled what a wise old Chinese once said. A man who listens to his wife shall prosper. So being mindful of this, I have shortened my speech. Now it is only 6 pages long. For those of you who are curious as to whom this wise old Chinese is, modesty prevents me from naming him. Tonight, I would like to speak on friendship and faithfulness. The Oxford English Dictionary defines faithfulness as being true, constant, loyal, steadfast, reliable, and worthy of trust and belief. It also defines a friend as a person with whom one has a bond of mutual affection, typically one exclusive of sexual or family relations. It is true, men and women cannot be friends because sex comes into it. Unfortunate, but that's a fact. Let me state here, by friend, I mean best friend, and not an acquaintance, or a Facebook or Friendster friend. So, what is friendship? It is difficult to define because it has so many facets. But I'm going to try anyway. A relationship shared between friends for the welfare of each other. It is a relationship of trust, loyalty, and is a distinctive kind of concern for each other's feelings. It is a relationship of immense faith and love. It is about how much you care for and understand each other. It is a relationship that evokes a feeling of comfort and emotional safety. It is a relationship that survives the trials and tribulations of time and remains unconditional. It makes your friend smile and feel good about himself. In a friendship, you do not have to weigh your words and thoughts before keeping it forth before your friend. Your friend is someone who knows you better than you know yourself and assures you to be on your side in every emotional crisis. A friend is one who knows you as a person and regards you for what you are. He accepts your good as well as your bad qualities unconditionally. Different people have different definitions of friendship, which are derived from the types of experiences they have had in life. For some, it is trust in an individual. For others, it is unconditional loyalty. A psychologist may define friendship as a dynamic, mutual relationship between two individuals. Such traits that lead to friendship may be some traits that lead to friendship may be strong attachments, mutual respect, and similar interests that most friends share with one another. The answer to what is the meaning of friendship lies within our hearts. True friendship can only be felt and cannot be expressed. It is something so pure and essential that it is not visible to the eye, but is felt by the heart. It is something that is not appreciated until it is lost. Friendship is like a growing plant. It must undergo and withstand the shocks and adversities of life. A plant needs sun, air, water, food, and weeding to grow well. Communicating and keeping in touch is the sun, air, water, food, and reading that stimulate and nourish the growth of friendship. Friendship is like a tree. It isn't measured on how tall